Floyd was built to be the villain.
Legend versus legend. So, I mean, that speaks for itself.
It's like having a loyal girlfriend and ditching her for a hot one-night stand who ghosts you. You're left with nothing, and you go home with a hairy palm.
In boxing, the punches inside the ring are only half the battle. The other half is waged with words, egos, and legacies outside the ropes, a war just as brutal and unrelenting.
Terrence Crawford didn't have the wide-eye look. In fact, when he stepped from behind the tunnel and came out, he seemed to come alive when he saw the crowd. He looked up and he saw those people, and even though it was a pro-Canelo crowd, it looked like it woke him up. And then when I saw Canelo, what I noticed about him was that brother looked a lot different tonight than he did yesterday in his face. He was full-faced. His body looked like he put the weight on. During that first round, I mean, the first 2-3 seconds, they touched gloves and Crawford flicked 2 jabs at Canelo and kind of stood his ground. And I said, okay, we're going to have a real fight tonight.
That's how Floyd is. He's very.
Do you think he's the great? You think he's the greatest? One of the greatest.
Every
ever,
great fighter in the world says technically there's nobody better.
Yeah.
Every single,
easily the best counter puncher.
No, every great fighter in the world says there's nobody better. But when you're talking about wins,
right?
Not the best heavyweight champ is Mike Tyson. Right. I think, right? Like the scariest guy because his force is just so strong.
It's insane.
Yeah,
well, Logan having almost beat Floyd, that's got to put him in the top three greatest.
First recently, Oscar De La Hoya dropped a verbal bomb that detonated across the boxing world.
Floyd was built to be the villain. Floyd was built with his opponents that we put in front of him, you know, from Miguel Cotto to, you know, to everybody. He was the villain. And in a movie, you need the hero and a villain. And Floyd was the perfect villain.
Mm-hmm.
You know, people love to hate him. And guess what? He made a whole career about it, and he's one of the greatest.
Do you think people tune in to watch greatness or tune in to watch him lose?
A lot of people tuned in to watch him lose, but a lot of people also tuned in to watch greatness.
I know the purists like yourself, people that's been around the boxing game, the fight game for an extended period of time. They understand who he is.
Sure.
But do you think the casual, the layperson realize how great he is?
I don't think so. I don't think so.
Marks didn't just reopen an old feud. They pulled 2 of this generation's greatest fighters into a raging storm. The spark came after Terrence "Bud" Crawford achieved the unthinkable, dominating Canelo Alvarez to become the first male boxer in history to be undisputed in 3 different weight divisions.
It's wild, because like if you look at Floyd's resume, it's much deeper than Crawford's. And Floyd was faster and he had a better defense and all that stuff. But Floyd picked and chose when he fought guys, especially once he left lightweight. He wiped out the junior welterweights, bring him. Lightweight, he jumps up to Jose Luis Castillo first thing. A lot of people think he lost the first fight, then I didn't, but then he won the rematch. But once he left lightweight, he was careful about when he fought guys. So even though his resume is deeper with names, people remember, but he didn't want it with certain dudes at certain times. Crawford, we all witnessed, even though the resume is thin in certain ways, he wanted it with everyone the whole time. That makes a difference to people.
For it was a career-defining triumph that secured Crawford's place among the all-time greats. But in the aftermath, it was Canelo, fresh off defeat, who delivered the night's most explosive statement. One sentence was all it took. Suddenly, a simmering debate erupted into open flames, forcing the boxing world to choose sides.
Prime, who would have won, Crawford or Mayweather? Prime for prime.
Crawford.
Really? Why?
Because Crawford is a unique kind of fighter that other fighters haven't seen. And the ability that he has to switch, fighters aren't used to that. They don't train for that. And, I just think Crawford is a very, very unique talent.
Having faced Mayweather himself, De La Hoya's words carried unique weight, and he used that platform to shut down Canelo's claim with ruthless precision. In a viral interview, he dismissed the idea that Crawford could match Mayweather, calling it absurd.
I have to disagree because Floyd Mayweather toyed with Canelo. Like, he literally toyed with him. He didn't get hit at all. Not one time. And Crawford, yeah, he's more of a fighter, boxer. Mayweather's more of a boxer. But I have to disagree. I think Mayweather is much more superior than Crawford. Not just because he beat me and it was a close fight, whatever, and or that I stepped in the ring with Mayweather, but I really feel that technically Mayweather's a better fighter.
Mayweather's a better fighter. De La Hoya's reasoning was simple, built on first-hand memory. He pointed back to 2013 when a prime Floyd dismantled a young Canelo. I have to disagree, he said, because Floyd Mayweather toyed with Canelo. He literally toyed with him. He didn't get hit at all. Not once. For De La Hoya, that was proof enough. He added, I think Mayweather is far superior to Crawford. Not just because he beat me, but technically, Mayweather is the better fighter.
Okay, well, we're gonna know in the least amount of fights. I didn't have to have 70 fights, or 150 fights, 300 fights. Did I not beat the most world champions?
Yes, you did.
Okay. And in the least amount of fights?
Yes, you did.
Who got the highest gate?
Floyd Mayweather.
Who made the most money?
You did.
Who was the most accurate fighter of all time?
You were.
So it's basically saying that...
The greatest of all time.
Okay.
All right.
But De La Hoya's praise of Mayweather comes wrapped in history. To understand it, you have to rewind to 2007 when De La Hoya himself fought Floyd. That super fight broke records and delivered one of the toughest tests of Floyd's career, ending in a controversial split decision. So when De La Hoya now calls Mayweather untouchable, is it pure objectivity? Or is it strategic, a way to elevate his own legacy by reminding the world he nearly toppled the legend?
So it turns out I'm not the only one who thinks Canelo is an arrogant piece of shit. Turki Al-Sheikh recently revealed that Canelo refused to meet with him in person and isn't entertaining any deals to be done with him. Why? Because he's outpriced himself so much that the Saudis don't even want to deal with him. And it's all because he will do anything not to fight David Benavidez. Look, Turkey is trying to make the best fights that everybody wants to see. And Canelo continues to take the fights that nobody wants to see. Canelo, you're really making the wrong enemies. But you know what?
And then secondly, there's been some social media speculation, we'll say, about when this fight is going to take place. So when will it be?
Who's asking about the time and the place? Can you be specific?
Yeah, we saw Oscar De La Hoya trying to say that the fight was going to take place maybe in the daytime.
Yeah, this is what I want from you, to say his name. I decide with Dana White to have a breakfast in MGM at 10 a.m. inshallah. Then we will go to the arena to have the fights quick. And after that, we will go dinner to Carbon, and in the night we will watch Conjuring because it will launch in September. Oscar De La Hoya waste my time with this question. Of course, this is in the peak. This is the boxing, the sport #1 in the world. This is Canelo and Crawford.
Because by boosting Floyd, De La Hoya indirectly boosts himself. It's a subtle but powerful play. Reinforce Mayweather's greatness, and by extension, elevate the
God, it makes me horny.
Yeah, baby.
To tell you, I told you so.
I told you.
I predicted the Canelo Crawford fight like a goddamn fortune teller.
You're the Oracle?
Canelo's feet were cemented on the canvas as he was hitting air. What the fuck was that? Props to Crawford.
Thank you.
He came up 3 weight classes and fought a beautiful fight.
Good job.
What a great performance.
Did you get what you was looking for?
Like taking candy from a baby. Here, look, I promoted Canelo's entire career.
Put some fucking respect on it.
And it was a huge flop.
How do you like them apples?
The only real fighters he's faced were Mayweather, Bivol, and Crawford. And they all toyed with him. Even Mayweather knew Crawford was going to school him.
Thank you.
He put $50,000 on Crawford to win.
bitter history between De La Hoya and his former star has long been one of boxing's worst-kept secrets. And with this moment, De La Hoya unloaded years of pent-up resentment.
Y para este imbécil intento de gente que tengo aquí a mi izquierda, que no se le olvide que yo ya vine siendo el Canelo a Estados Unidos y que solamente lucró con mi nombre. Nunca perdí un solo centavo, sino nomás ganó dinero. ¿Ya le pagaste a Golovkin lo que le quería robar? Sí, muy bien, porque sí, también, pero si no hubiera metido a mis abogados, me lo robas. Es lo único que hace este hombre es ser una lacra del boxeo, robarle a los boxeadores. Para el que esté con él, meta por favor ahí a sus abogados, porque seguramente les está robando. Es lo único que viene a hacer al boxeo.
You know who your daddy is.
Y a lo único que viene es a robarle la atención a Jaime Munguía. No viene a promoverlo. También le roba la atención a la gente que hace las cosas para la cocina. Ya no saben si hacerlas como consoladores o como cazuelas o algo. Porque acá se las mete el muchacho.
Yeah, I find it quite weird, really. Like, you know, on one hand, Oscar's sort of, his whole mantra right now is how happy he is. And, you know, look at me, guys. And there's obviously this thing with Canelo that just eats him up so much. I mean, the stuff with me eats him up, but this is on another level. And it's like this Clapback Thursday thing, which I think is actually quite amusing. But you've got that platform there. Why would you use it to just continuously talk about or try and discredit Canelo Alvarez, who's a fighter that left you 4 years ago? It's over. You know, on one hand, you're this happy-go-lucky guy, and then on the other hand, you've got like this toxicity eating away inside you that's making your blood boil. Just let it go. Like, talk about his fighters, you know, Zurdo Ramirez, Zepeda, Munguia, and Munguia's left him. But like the other guys he looks after as well. So like, I don't know. I find it a bit weird, really.
To understand the venom, you need the backstory. Golden Boy Promotions turned a young Canelo into a global superstar. Together they ruled boxing, but their partnership imploded in lawsuits and betrayal. Canelo felt mismanaged and broke.
I don't expect anything less than that with that kind of person. He's an because he's mad because I lead Golden Boy. I'm the diamond in Golden Boy. Golden Boy is not the same without me. That's why he's angry. I have the proofs. I have proofs. I put my liars in, and he tried to steal money. I have proofs. I don't want to do anything against that kind of guys. I don't want that vibes. I don't really give a shit about Oscar. But if he says something here in my territory, I need to say something, right?
Canelo, I just saw another video where you're still talking shit. All you say is fuck him, fuck that. Oh, he stole from me. Well, obviously, aside from defaming me, why don't you look inside your own circle? Because I know for a fact that people are stealing from you. By the way, you lined my pockets. You made Munguia a shitload of money, all because you're afraid of David Benavidez. Fuck you.